Hey, what's going on, everybody? Casey Shooter here, back with another video. So today, we're going to talk about what happened last night on Monday Night Raw at the ending. And so, so the beginning, let's start off with Crown Jewel. Let's start off with Seth Rollins with the Vision. It's his group with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, the Brawns. Seth, for the last couple weeks, has been doubting himself, saying, can I beat Cody? Can I beat Cody? Blah, 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 blah. And he asked, Paul Heyman, what if I can't beat Cody? And, Paul Heyman's like, well, then maybe you're not the guy for the Vision. So, Seth's been on this kick about doubting him and everything, doubting himself. Well, in that Crown Jewel, of course, Seth ended up beating Cody. I mean, of course, by cheating, but, no one didn't help him, but he used a watch and knocked him out. Then last night, on Monday Night Raw, began the show, he was out there. He was all, gloating and everything, and I beat him, blah, 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 blah. I did it. And putting over Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker and saying how great the group is and everything like that. Well, and then, so the end of the show, I think it was Bronson Reed and Yeet Man. I think they was fighting, and I think Bronson won, and then it was an attack afterwards. Seth and all of them attacked Yeet Man, threw him out the ring. And, of course, typical ending, the Vision's over and they're getting ready to go to the credits. And then Seth all of a sudden turns around and eats a spear by Braun Breaker. Of course, I was like, whoa, of course, I had a feeling it would happen, but not this soon. A lot of people says it's too soon. I feel like, yeah, it's too soon, but also, was the Vision really working out? Seth really don't need nobody. He don't need Paul Heyman. And he even said that, after he won. And when he's last night, I don't need nobody. I'm my own man, blah, 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 blah. And, but to me, Seth don't need nobody. Seth don't need a mouthpiece. Bronson and Braun Breaker, yeah, they need a mouthpiece. But yeah, it wasn't working out. So, yeah, Seth ate a spear by Braun. And then Braun went up to, to Mr. Tsunami and told him, follow my lead. If not, then you're against me. So then Bronson Reed ended up getting up on top and gave him a tsunami. And Paul Heyman's like, oh my God. And then Braun went up to Paul and, basically gave him a mouthful and told him, I'm the man, I'm the leader. And then, of course, Paul Heyman ended up being on Bronson and Braun's side to go off Raw. Well, I guess there was speculation and stuff that Rollins hurt himself at Crown Jewel, hurt his arm or something. And, of course, everybody thinks, oh, it's a work because of what happened last time whenever CM Punk faced Gunther. Supposedly Rollins hurt his leg and everything. It ended up being a ruse because, of course, Seth don't like CM Punk. CM Punk don't like Seth. And Seth said, a long time ago that he will do whatever he has to do for CM Punk to never hold the title. So, is this a work? Well, he was seen after Crown Jewel wearing a sling. And during the first part of Raw, he was holding his arm like this. You can see him holding his arm like this, and I guess in a sling with baggy clothes. And then the last segment of Raw, he wasn't holding his arm, like he was in a sling. So I don't know. It's intriguing. Everybody's always up Triple H's ass and giving him shit, and oh, he gives us the same shit week in and week out, blah 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 blah. Well, here we go. He threw something different at us, and a lot of people don't like Triple H. Yeah, I mean, I understand. He don't strike when the iron's hot. He waits it out, and waits too long. So I'd like to see him, go back to the black and gold days, NXT and everything. And, yeah, I get it. It wasn't all him. It was like William Regal and stuff like that. I get that. So, we'll just have to see. So CM Punk is the number one contender for the title. So I'm guessing at Saturday night's main event, I'm guessing he's getting a title shot. We'll see. Wait to see if Rollins gives up the title. If Rollins gives up the title and he can't wrestle, then it's gonna be. I don't know who CM Punk's gonna wrestle. Maybe he fights Braun Breaker, and maybe Braun wins. Because everybody wants to push him to the moon and back because Braun is a badass. And the crowd, whenever he speared Seth and picked up the title, the crowd went crazy. The crowd was berserk. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I don't know also about the War Games matchup now at Survivor Series, because we figured, it would be Division against, like CM Punk, Reigns, maybe LA Knight, Jimmy Uso, and then Jay. So we'll just have to wait and see about that. I mean, maybe it's good. Maybe it's a good thing that we don't have, any resemblance of all the rest of the War Game matches the last couple of years, because everything's been Bloodline. So maybe something new, something fresh. Maybe that's what we need, is a change of pace, change of scenery. But yeah. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to my video. All right, everybody. Peace and love.